Welcome, in front of me is the Google Pixel 8, and today I'll show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this device. So anyway, jumping straight into it, I'm going to begin by opening up settings, where obviously we'll have a bunch of different changes that we can do to the device. So first thing will be the now playing option. Now, truth be told, I'm not exactly sure where it is located in the settings, so I'm just going to simply search for it by typing music, and it shows up as now playing in the search, and here you can enable it. Now you will need internet connection for this, so let's see, do I have connection? No, I do not. Now the reason you will need internet connection is because it needs to download the data, so it can then later on tell you what song is playing without internet connection. So I'm gonna quickly connect to it. There we go. And now, as you can see, it tells us downloading song database. So let's give it a second. And while it's, I think, downloading now, or not yet, I'm gonna prep just so I can showcase this. Okay, so it's now done. So once you have that downloaded, when you lock it, I'm gonna start playing music. Hopefully it's gonna work right away. And it is. So as you can see, your device will now be detecting music constantly, and whenever it hears any kind of song, it will then show you the actual name right here on your lock screen. Now later on, if you want to go back to this, because for instance you heard some song that you liked, let's say in the store, and you're at home, you remembered about it, you can go back to the now playing section, and here you'll have the now playing history, and it will tell you what song the phone actually detected throughout whatever day. As you can see, it is labeled with days and also timestamps, so you can then quickly find it afterwards. So very nice option, and it's one of those like unique options to the Pixels. Obviously you could use Shazam as an example, but that will actually require you to launch the application, and this just works passively in the background and always scrubs every song, which is a little bit more convenient, I would argue. Okay, moving on to the next option is going to be the navigation mode. Now I've been using gestures for this entire video. Just close all of this. But you can change those to either button navigation or gesture navigation, depending on which one you're using or which one you want to use. And to do so, all you need to do is navigate to the display and then find the navigation mode, and here we have the two different ones, gesture navigation and 3-button navigation. Now for gesture navigation, we do have additional options in here, like the sensitivity for the swipe from either side, so you can make it more sensitive or less sensitive, and this blue area right here defines where your finger needs to start the gesture from, to like moving outside of that area to activate the gesture. And you also have the swipe to invoke assistant. This is basically Google Assistant, but using gesture navigation, and if I remember correctly, you activate it like this. So you do a swipe diagonally from a corner. I personally don't use the assistant, so I'm gonna turn it off. And that being said, there is no option to hide the bar from the bottom, which is a little bit unfortunate, as some other devices do have this option. Now, moving on into the next option, it's colors. I have already changed it to something that I prefer more, which is the natural, but the device will by default be in adaptive, which is a little bit more vibrant, so it might suit people a little bit more. I personally like the less saturated image. On the camera you can't really see that big of a difference, but looking at the display you can see a little bit more than what camera is picking up. So I recommend just flipping through the couple different options or photos that you have right here, just so you can see how it will affect the images. And scrolling a little bit further down, we have the smooth display. Now, for some reason, this is turned off, so I'm going to turn it on. It basically activates 120 Hz refresh rate, meaning that now when you're scrolling up and down, your display will be nice, buttery smooth. And without it, it's just a little bit more choppy. And even though camera is recording only at 60 frames, so anything above that goes you don't get to see, you can still kind of see that this is a little bit more choppy. So you can see like the text in several places, for instance, like single text, it kind of gets stretched or shown in a couple of places just because of the slower refresh rate. While with the smooth display, you can see that it is much more buttery smooth. So just kind of like basically a nice smooth kind of blur. Though keep in mind this is at 60 frames, so what you're seeing in person, it looks significantly better. Now, that being said, the higher refresh rate, which I have enabled, will consume a little bit more of your battery, which is stated right here as well. So if you want to prioritize battery life only, you might want to keep this off. I personally do like the high refresh rate, so I'm going to be sticking with it being enabled. And moving on to the other option, it's going to be the select text. Now you can do this in a couple different ways. I'm talking about text that you normally wouldn't be able to select. As an example, in the settings, you can't really select any of this text to copy it. And same thing would go for a screenshot. So I'm going to start off with a screenshot. You can capture it, you can interact with it. And here we should have the option to detect text. Is that this one? No. Gonna go back to it in a second, but anyway, and so going back to this one, I'm gonna stick with the screenshot in a second though. So if we go into recent applications, you will find this option right here, select, and when you click on it, it will then select all the text that is on the display in that visible area, and from here you can see copy it, select it, and there you go. And same things should be possible with the screenshots. I'm gonna go back to here, open this up, gonna select the edit option, oh, not this one, actually this is Google, so there is no other option, so never mind. We don't actually have the option to select text from image apparently. Oh no, we do, and not the conventional way, but it's using the lens option. So lens option basically scans the image and then just also tries to give you some other options that are similar from web, but it does select text, it detects it, and we can also select it from here as well. So it works similarly, though not as convenient as some other options on the market. And that being said, I'm not sure if this will work if you don't have internet connection. I would presume it should, at least the first portion of it, scanning the image. The finding options that are in the Google search might not if you don't have, like I said, internet connection. So there we go. And this will work obviously with any kind of files like PDFs and stuff like that, which usually wouldn't allow you to select copy text or stuff like that, images as well. So with this, you can copy any kind of image or text from an image. Now, with that being said, this will conclude the tweaks and tricks that I want to show you. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.